Just so you know, if it came down to the life of a dog versus an evil force tearing me apart, I'd choose the dog every goddamn time. Fuck my life, just so long as the dog is okay. Madness is relatively easy to depict on screen. Just throw an actor into a nut house and let him twitch and scream and smear shit on the walls. Boom, done. But what about that intangible, indefinable ambiguity, which doesn't manifest itself in stereotypical cuckoo behavior, but as alarmist logic delivered under the guise of protection and love? Like the ancient, twisted forest which encircles the remote home where Halle Berry has fortified her family against an ever-present evil, Alexander Aja's latest is like the heir apparent to Bill Paxton's frailty. Putting your trust in a parent is as natural as breathing, but Never Let Go asks, what if they're wrong? Evil can wear many skins. Working from a bleak script by Casey Coughlin and Ryan Grasby, Aja once again proves his horror mettle by expertly crafting an unsettling psychological horror and a showcase for his trio of stars. Barry hasn't been this good in years, and her mama bear isn't afraid to brandish a knife or make hard, horrifying choices. Her backstory is parceled out bit by bit until we, the audience, seriously begin to reconsider our loyalty to her and whether this woman is deeply disturbed, particularly regarding the fate of her family, and even a lost child who very likely perished due to Barry's possible disorder. Her boys, bravely played by child actors Percy Daggs and Anthony B. Jenkins, have an impossible choice, and their love for each other, as well as their mother, twists and tests their psyches in ways no child should have to endure. Their performances are good, perhaps not revelatory, but certainly strong enough to carry them through. Starvation and despair are never in short supply in these dark woods, and Aja cleverly keeps the truth of what's real and what's fantasy vague. Never Let Go fortunately doesn't lay religiosity on thick, opting instead to focus on the search for food, expected revelations about the purported end of the world, and a sibling rivalry which can only come from children testing boundaries. In a pivotal scene that shook my audience to its core, Barry trains her crossbow on her beloved Coda, the loyal and scrappy family dog. It's unbearably tense and arguably the climax of the movie. Afterwards, the pacing begins to lull, and the third act doesn't quite reach the fever pitch one would hope it could achieve. Some of the plot turns aren't predictable per se, but definitely expected. Details like exploring the wilderness using ropes, listening to a scratchy old record once every new moon, and the various food sources the family is forced to forage add a richness which keeps Never Let Go from becoming bland. Imagery is frightening, if occasionally too CG for my taste, and while the ending needlessly answers our question, it still manages to be sweet while leaving the impression that everything is not okay. Thanks for watching, you jive turkeys. Plenty more scary stuff coming up, so like and subscribe and have a happy Halloween.